Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. My name is Dustin Fox, and I am the Administrative Specialist for the Office of Veteran Success, and I will be the moderator for this morning's events. We are looking forward to hearing your questions and comments about the current and upcoming semester. We hope that this town hall can provide you with an opportunity to answer questions and address any concerns you may have. We are here to support you, and we thank you for your time. Before we begin, here are a few brief housekeeping items to bear in mind throughout the presentation. During the presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask questions using the Q&A feature. If you do not see that feature now, please click on the ellipses or three-dot icon that should be viewable in the center of your screen. Once there, you should see a question icon. Simply type in your comment there. I will be reviewing each comment and publishing them for the group to see. I may also respond to some of your comments privately. Once the presentation from our speakers has ended, we will begin a live Q&A with all staff members present. If you see a question that you would like to be answered during the presentation, please like that comment, and I will be sure to bring it up during the live Q&A portion at the end of the event. Following our event, we will have several live breakout sessions that you are welcome to attend. On the top of the chat, you will see the links to each session, if you would like to save them now, but I will share the links for those sessions at the end of the Q&A portion of the event as well. Thank you all again for being here, and without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce you all to the Director of the Office of Veteran Success, Dr. Larry Brow.
Thank you, Dustin. Good morning, everyone. Want to welcome you to our second virtual Veteran Success Town Hall meeting. I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us today. As we wrap up the fall semester and prepare for the spring 2021 semester, we realize there still may be issues, concerns, questions about the services our offices will provide during the continuing of the COVID-19 pandemic. I can assure you that we will continue to work hard to provide you with excellent service despite the challenges that continue to persist through these uncertain times. Our goal is to make sure that your experience seems as normal as possible, despite the constraints imposed upon us by the COVID-19 pandemic. At this point, I'm sure that many of you have heard or read that the university is facing some budgetary challenges as a result of COVID-19, and that some programs have been impacted by these budget reductions. We realize that this can add a level of stress that you really don't want or need at this time. I just want you to know that if in some way you are impacted by these budget cuts, we will be here to help you navigate those challenges. Your academic, career, and life success are very, very important to us. And we are committed to walk through this and walk through these challenges with you. At any point that you don't feel like you're getting the support that you need, please reach out to us and we will help you. I hope that over the course of this town hall, you feel more confident in our ability to support you through these unusual circumstances. USF and the Office of Veteran Success is fully committed to supporting you and your life goals. And I want to thank you again for joining us today. At this point, I'm going to turn it back over to our moderator, Dustin Fox, so that we can get the show started. But again, thank you very much. God bless and go Bulls.
Thank you, Dr. Brow. Up next, I'd like to introduce the Senior Benefits Coordinator of the Office of Veteran Success, Brad Jilks. Brad?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being with us today at the Town Hall. I'd like to begin my portion with some great news about GI Bill benefits and legislation updates. The federal government approved extending benefits affected by COVID-19 another year until the end of December 2021. You may remember Senate Bill 3503 and House Resolution 6322 were signed into public law earlier this year, giving the VA temporary authority to continue GI Bill payments uninterrupted in the event of national emergencies, which allowed for continued payments even if program of study had changed from resident training to online training. They also gave extensions of veteran readiness and employment benefits and delimiting dates as well. Thanks to the continuing resolution being approved by Congress and signed by the President, these benefits and extensions will last another year until the end of December 2021. So what does this mean for students using GI Bill benefits? Similar to fall 2020, students using VA education benefits for spring, summer, and fall 2021 semesters will have all of their classes certified by OVS as in-person, regardless if those classes will be offered as hybrid, distance learning, or all online. So students who receive a monthly housing allowance will receive the allowance just like they would if they were taking face-to-face courses this fall. This is applicable to all USF programs except ones that have always been offered solely online, like the graduate certificate and PhD programs you see listed on this slide. These programs were already approved by the VA for online delivery only, therefore are not affected by COVID and will be certified as online as they normally would any other semester. Another policy the VA and university have initiated to help student veterans and dependents involves tuition deferments and release of financial aid prior to GI Bill payments arriving. Every student using GI Bill who completes a Clockworks application prior to the first Friday of the semester will receive a 90-day veteran tuition deferment on their account applied by our office. This 90-day tuition deferment gives the VA time to send payment to both the university and the student without the fear of receiving late fees or being dropped from classes. For those who filled out their FAFSA and have grants, scholarships, loans, or other financial aid waiting for them, the University Controller's Office will release that aid to you via direct deposit or check within the first 2 weeks of school. Please note, it is very important for you to complete your Clockworks application and provide the Office of Veteran Success a copy of your certificate of eligibility by the first Friday of the semester. Those who do not submit a copy of the COE will not have their financial aid released to them until the GI Bill arrives. Likewise, if you're not receiving 100% benefit, you will still be responsible for any balance not covered by your GI Bill payment. Rules for the out-of-state tuition waivers have not changed with COVID. Therefore, those who are considered by the university as non-Florida residents will only qualify for out-of-state tuition waiver if they are physically residing in the state while taking classes. Those who travel out of state but continue classes will have to pay the out-of-state tuition rates. The only exception is active duty military. They are eligible for an out-of-state tuition waiver even if they are residing out of the state while taking classes. This has always been true, even before COVID. In either case, if you are being charged out-of-state tuition, be sure to fill out an out-of-state tuition waiver on our OVS website if you believe you qualify, and we will work with you to remove those charges. My next topic is course scheduling and your GI Bill. Some of you may be wondering if all of your spring 2021 classes are going to be online or on campus or a combination of both. You can check your updated fall schedule on Oasis by logging into myusf.com and click on registration and then student detail schedule. You will notice that each course has an instructional method and scheduled meeting times. Both are important to pay attention to. The instructional method will tell you how you will take the course, mostly on campus, mostly online, a hybrid of the two, or 100% online. The scheduled meeting times will indicate whether you can expect to take the course synchronously or asynchronously. Synchronous online courses are taught live online and require students and instructors to gather through a virtual platform at the same day and time to engage together in teaching and learning. Asynchronous online courses, while still having due dates and deadlines, do not require students and instructors to meet virtually at the same time. Be sure to double check your course syllabus and ask your professor at the beginning of the semester if the course you are taking is synchronous or asynchronous. That way you are prepared and you know the requirements for the course. Please know that OVS, the VA, and the university are all working to support the student veterans the best we can and meet your unique needs. Thank you for your attention. And I'm going to turn it back over to our moderator, Dustin, to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Brad. Up next, I'd like to introduce the Operation Manager at the Office of Veteran Success, Amy Carpenter. Amy?
Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm going to backtrack a little bit from what Brad talked about earlier with the spring updates, and I'm going to go over some important updates and reminders we have for the rest of this fall semester. So let's start with some important dates coming up. Saturday, October 31st is the last day to withdraw from your fall 2020 classes without any academic penalty. If you're planning on dropping classes, we highly encourage all students using VA education benefits to reach out to our office before you officially drop them so that you understand how the change is going to impact your benefits. Many of you have worked with Shana Gonzalez in our office with class withdrawal questions in the past, and although she's currently on maternity leave for the rest of the semester, you can reach out to me directly with any questions or concerns you may have about class drops. The following Monday, on November 2nd, is when both spring 2021 class registration and our clockwork applications open. Please remember that you must be registered for spring 2021 classes before you complete your clockwork application, or it's going to be denied. But don't worry, you all know I always send out plenty of email reminders so that you don't forget. Friday, November 20th is when the 90-day veteran tuition deferment ends for fall 2020. If your tuition bill has not been paid by this date, you risk being dropped from classes or receiving a $100 late fee. So please check your OASIS account often to make sure all of your fees have been paid, and reach out to our office if you have any concerns. The final date I'm going to talk about is the last day of fall 2020 classes on campus, which is November 25th. Although students aren't going to be returning to campus after this date, our office will still remain open with reduced staffing during normal business hours, besides when the university is closed for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, of course. Let's move on to a few reminders of the additional services available to students for the rest of fall. Our remote office hours are still available for the rest of the term and throughout winter break whenever the office is open. Since students aren't returning after Thanksgiving, this is a great way to get assistance if you don't want to call or email the office. You can access our remote office hours through our website, and you'll be directed to a face-to-face chat with one of our experienced work studies to help with any questions or concerns that you may have. And you can even do this on your phone as well. Our vet-to-vet tutoring program is still all virtual, and we have multiple tutors available to help you find if you find yourself struggling as finals get closer. So please visit our website to request a tutor if you do need one. Also, the 50 Strong Employer Connect sessions are still being held virtually every Thursday for students who are looking to connect with military-seeking employers. Tonight's session includes Tech Systems and Johnson & Johnson employers, and other sessions we have later this month include employers from Disney, Wells Fargo, Booz Allen Hamilton, and USAA, so please sign up for a session through our website if you're looking to connect with military employers at these companies. Finally, we're going to go over some of the events that we have coming up in the month of November. We're going to kick off November's events with the Veterans Week 2020 events, which are going to be held virtually from November 9th through November 13th. The theme for this year is We March as One, which celebrates the consolidation of all 3 USF campuses and showcases the diversity of our veteran student population here at USF as well. What we're going to be doing is collecting military photos and stories from not only our veteran students, but staff and faculty as well to spotlight each day during that week. So if you haven't submitted your photo and story, you still have plenty of time to do so. During Veterans Week on November 10th, we're also hosting our 5th annual Honorable Awards and Graduate Recognition Ceremony, which we're hosting virtually for the first time. The virtual event is open to everyone, so please join us and help celebrate our honorable winners and fall 2020 graduating veterans. The following Saturday on November 21st is the Salute to Service football game against the Navy. While we won't be hosting a physical tailgate this year, we will be offering free tickets for students and also spotlighting veteran, active duty, and deployed students. So if you'd like for your story to be showcased, please get those photos and stories in. All right, so that is all for our fall updates. Let's introduce everyone to the rest of the OVS staff we have in our meeting today, who are going to be available for the separate breakaway sessions after the group Q&A. So let's start off with Brad Jilks and Chris Mosser, who will be available in the Education Benefits Processing breakaway session. You already know Brad, who is our Senior Benefits Coordinator, but he'll be joined by Chris, who is our Admissions and Benefits Coordinator. Both certify students of all chapters on campus so they can assist with any questions you have about certifications at USF. Janine Frederick is our Vet Success on-campus coordinator, and while she works alongside us in the office, she is actually a VA employee. Janine can help assist with any VA benefits and service-related questions that you may have. Ken Narwhal is our Veteran Support Coordinator, and he can assist with questions about the current job market in the Tampa Bay and surrounding areas, the 50 Strong webinar series I talked about earlier, and basically anything career-related. For our St. Pete and Sarasota students, the assistant directors from both campuses, Wayne Taylor and Carlos Morera, will be available for a breakaway session together to discuss updates for their campus. Also, if anyone has questions about anything we discussed in our presentation or just general questions not covered in another breakaway session, Dr. Larry Brown, Jason Miller, and myself will all be available in a session together as well. Here's our contact information for the office if you all have any questions or concerns after we conclude today's town hall. And that's it. So thank you all again so much for being with us here today. We've dedicated about the next 30-40 minutes for the group Q&A, so please submit your questions or feedback into the Q&A chat now if you haven't already done so. So let's move on to the group Q&A with Dustin Fox.
Thank you, Amy. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't currently see any questions in the Q&A or in the chat, so we'll just give it a few moments if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to add. And we'll just wait here for a few moments. Okay, folks, so I'm not seeing any questions or comments in the Q&A section, so I think we're going to go ahead and just move on to the, as I was saying that, we do have one question. I'm going to go ahead and publish that now, and I will read that off here for the group. So this question is the process different for attending summer classes than any other semesters? And that sounds like a question for Brad.
Thank you, Dustin. So the process has not changed. It is completely the same. You can go to our website and apply for benefits, and you're going to click on where it says Clockworks, and that'll prompt you to log in using your net ID and password, and then you'd be responsible for steps 1 through 5. So yes, it is entirely the same as last semester.
Thank you, Brad. We do have another question that I'm publishing now. And that question is, will classes be in person in the spring semester? Brad, do you feel comfortable taking that one?
Yeah, I can take that. So most classes will be some type of virtual learning again, as they are this semester. So I recommend that you check your schedule. It should tell you whether it's going to be 100% online, whether it be a hybrid or something of that nature. But most classes will be held virtually.
Thank you, Brad. We'll just give it a few more moments. I don't see any other questions or comments in the Q&A yet. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and move into the breakaway sessions. If you look in the Q&A portion, you'll see some links to several different breakaway sessions, and it'll list the folks that will be in those sessions. If you have any specific questions that you want to ask, please review the chat. And if you have any questions, I'm going to stick around in here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask our staff to jump into those breakaway sessions, and I'll remain here in the live event Q&A if you have any questions, and I can direct you to those chats.